he would gag to get it off. So in those ways, Jacob is a sensory avoider.
It's hot. And we're at the beach. We're about to go in now.
So I look a bit funny with the hat on. We're outside today and the kids are having a ball. Jazz is playing with the shaving cream. Jacob is in the water play. So much sensory input. I thought that I'd talk to you guys about sensory input. About a year ago, we discovered that Jacob was very sensitive to shaving cream. Any like creamy mixtures. It would get to the point where if we had shaving cream in the room, which the OT tried to play with him, he would gag. And then he got to the point where when he tried to touch it, he actually vomited up his food. This is a reaction, a sensory reaction to a certain texture. In that way, Jacob is a sensory avoider. When I would pump breast milk, Jacob would gag. Sometimes yogurt or just consistencies like that. A lot of the time as well, he will gag when he doesn't want to do something. So different types of things happen. In those instances, he's not sick. Many therapy sessions where he started gagging, people have thought that he was sick, but he's not. And recently I put out an Instagram story about coughing and Jacob doing a coughing stim. So Jacob will occasionally start coughing and non-stop coughing even though he's not sick. So I know that quite a few people experience the same thing, especially during this time with the whole virus that's going around. Everyone is scared of coughing and sneezing and all of that, and they have every right to, but I just urge you to be considerate of those with sensory needs, because a lot of people replied to my story saying that their child also coughs when they're not sick, and it's like a stim, like they like doing it over and over and over again. Did you wash your hands off? Good job. I wanted to talk to you guys about that because we were just playing with shaving cream. I bought shaving cream or shaving foam, whatever you call it, and thought that I'd start introducing it again to Jacob. He doesn't play with it. He refuses to play with it. Oh my goodness, it's so hard to vlog, guys. I thought that I'd start reintroducing it in the way that Jazz plays with it, that he could get some exposure to it. Obviously, I don't want to like deter him or like traumatize him, but I wanted to introduce it in a way that he doesn't have to touch it himself, and he refuses to anyway. Just then, I have some on my knee, and he was like looking at it and like wanting me to get it off. Another thing that Jacob's been doing lately is blocking his ears when there's a lot of noise. There are a few sensory processing difficulties that Jacob has. In the beginning, that is why he had so many meltdowns. He didn't know how to regulate himself when it came to lots of sensory stimulus being forced upon himself. Now he knows a few strategies of how to regulate himself and avoid those situations. He'll often remove himself from a room if it's becoming too loud or overwhelming. He will close his eyes if there's too much visually going on. So he'll cover his ears if there's too much noise. He won't touch something that he doesn't want to touch or is too sensory overwhelming for him. He won't eat something that is too sensory overwhelming for him. So in those ways, Jacob is a sensory avoider, but in other ways, Jacob is a sensory seeker. So he likes to jump a lot. He likes to bounce, bounce, bounce. He likes to climb to high places. He loves water play, so water is a big sensory need for him. So in that way, he's a sensory avoider as well as a sensory seeker in some ways. Children can either be sensory avoiders or sensory seekers or both. That is just how Jacob's sensory needs are. And I thought that I'd explain that a little bit better because a lot of people ask about sensory play and why we do it. It is a need for Jacob. If he doesn't get his sensory input during the day, he is much less regulated and much fussier, and you know, his mood changes dependent on that, and that can also mean an increase in meltdowns. So it's definitely something we do every day, as well as avoiding all of the sensory stimulus that he does not like. I hope I explained that well. I have kids like around me while I'm doing this, but I wanted to explain that. That is why we go to the beach so much. That is why we do sensory activities. So I'm going to end the vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed my new footage with my new camera gear, the G6 gimbal. I'm still getting used to it, so don't judge me on that one. I just wanted to try it out at the beach. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in our next video.
Hi, my name's Kathy. My little family and I have been watching Aussie Autism Family for a while now. We've got a little girl with autism, and we've just found watching their videos really relatable, and they've just given us great tips and tricks to try at our house. And yeah, it's just been an absolute pleasure.